on muted still? Okay. All right. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the AEW first edition of the AEW recap show. We have not come up with a name for it yet, like for Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown, but we'll get to that eventually. I am your host, Big Daddy C, and our special guest here, we got Freaky Fritos. What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Hope, ladies and gentlemen, my singles and tag team competitors, I hope you're having a lovely hump day. And we have some wrestling to talk about. Let's go.
Oh yeah. So tonight we had AEW Dynamite. Opening up the show, we had Jay White and Juice Robinson going against Hangman Adam Page and Christian Cage. Basically, this match is pretty back and forth, fast-paced match. Of course, there was some interference on the side of Nick Wayne and Mama Wayne. There was also Kip Sabian. He also interfered on Christian Cage's behalf. Hook made an appearance to help out, but eventually the numbers game was just too much for Switchblade and Juice Robinson to overcome. So Christian Cage and Adam Page will prevail in this matchup. What did you think of this matchup, Fritos?
I thought it was a fantastic tag team match. It's showing the tension that Christian Cage and Adam Page had, and just how Christian Cage is trying to do the full-on heel gimmick where he's taking a charge, but Page hanging in there. It's just building up for the matches for Full Gear, so I thought it was a fairly decent match.
Yep. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool too. I love as I'm starting to really get back into AEW like consistently. I just know one of the constant storylines has been this whole thing with Christian Cage, Hook, Nick Wayne, Mama Wayne, them going against Switchblade and the rest of the I forgot the name of that group.
The Patriarchy.
Yeah, the Page. You know what? No.
No.
Yeah, that's Christian's group, but with Switchblade and Juice.
Oh, they said it. Something Bang Gang.
Yeah, Bang Gang. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Bang Gang.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, they've been feuding for a hot minute, so it's good to get refreshed on that little rivalry there. Next up
before we go to the next match, Christian Cage. Seriously, please adopt me. I am father. I still have my resume out there. You can look at it. It's a pretty decent son resume. Play catch, you can break that in. It'd be great. I don't even need milk. You could just yell at me. But we can continue. I digress.
Yeah. No, you're good, man. That's all good. So before the next match, before we even get to the next match, we had a few segments that happened before then. Next up, we had Chris Stat as they were going to. Let me see here. Before they went to commercial break, we had Chris Stat attacking Mercedes Moné and Camille. Mercedes Moné was giving an interview backstage, and Chris Stat came out of nowhere and attacked. So they're brawling backstage and pretty much ended with Chris Stat spearing Mercedes Moné and Camille through a wall. So that was pretty interesting with that. What'd you think of that moment, Fritos?
I thought the spear was pretty cool. I'm kind of just over Mercedes Moné in AEW. I'd rather have her back in WWE as Sasha Banks. I think she would be way better. It's just something about the character, how she does it on there is just not really to my liking. Which, if you are a fan of Mercedes Moné and whatever she's been doing, I'm happy for you. But for me, it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Also,
go ahead.
How thick is that drywall? This is like, what, the fourth time we've seen someone go through drywall in wrestling in any promotion?
Well,
I don't know how thick it is. It's got to be at least a quarter inch. Sorry, I used to work at a hardware store and dealt with a lot of drywall.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they know in advance what these spots are going to be. They're not going to have like, you know.
I want them to go through 3/4 that thick stuff just for fun.
The thick stuff. It's crazy. But yeah, so yeah, that happened. But I agree with you. Yeah, the Mercedes Monet character is doesn't hit the same as Sasha Banks. I feel like part of that is because her chemistry with the female superstars in WWE is a lot better than she's ever getting right now with the female superstars in AEW. Especially considering she was a part of that women's revolution in WWE. They kind of like sparked all of this around the world with the women competitor superstars. So I think eventually I feel like she'll find a way back to WWE. I just feel like you know everybody gotta test the waters and go to another company and see what it's like to be on the other side, and then they realize grass ain't always greener, and then they
Mm-hmm.
come right back. So yeah, I'm curious to see what she does within the next 2 or 3 years. But money talks, man. So
Mm-hmm.
her name is Mercedes Monet, so she loves the money. So we'll see what happens with that. Next up, we got Tony Schiavone interviewing Will Ospreay in the ring. Will Ospreay calls out Kyle Fletcher, and he pretty much tells Tony Schiavone to get out the ring because it's about to get real, and it did. Kyle Fletcher comes out there. Basically, they have a little back and forth. Personal. They get personal, talking about how close they are. You slept on my couch, and you've been with me when I picked up my son, and all this other stuff. And essentially, that leads to Cal Fletcher challenging Will Ospreay to a match at Full Gear, which Ospreay accepts immediately. And he pretty much told him, "Bro, you ain't ready for me, man. Like you don't want these problems." And so as that happens, enter Lance Archer, and Brian Cage. And while they're in the ring to back up Kyle Fletcher as they're a part of the um, damn, what is this man's
Oh,
name? What is the bald dude's
Callis,
name?
the Callis
Huh?
family,
The what?
the Callis family,
The
or no?
Yeah, the Don Callis family. Yes, they're a part of the Don Callis family, and so they back up Kyle Fletcher, and as that happens, Powerhouse Hobbs and Mark Davis enters the ring to help out Will Ospreay. They're going back and forth. They start brawling like crazy. And then as they're brawling up the ramp, Roderick Strong comes out, attacks Lance Archer with some kendo sticks. And so they're going crazy because that's the next match that's coming up. And so what did you think about this whole moment, man?
I thought the promo was good. I'm looking forward to their match. I love Will Ospreay. He's a freak in the ring. The only issue I kind of had was that weird spot in the very back for the match where it was just dark. You couldn't see anything till they're like, "Oh, let's get the spotlight on quickly, get the construction light on." But other
Yeah,
than
I missed that part because I was watching on the legal streams and my eyes was buffering, and so I kind of missed that part.
yeah, I saw it. I'm like, it's dark. I can't see anything. Commentators are commentating, but I can't see anything. So I'm
Right.
just a little bit lost. But at that point, I had to take a shower quickly, so I missed the match. It was a quick
Yeah.
shower. I got new tattoos, ladies and gentlemen. You got to wash it with antibacterial soap and get some Lubriderm on that. All right. So I had to get that all cleaned up. So I
Good
missed.
old Lubriderm. Lubriderm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, I thought it was a great moment too, man. This whole night was chaos, man. Pure chaos, man. I was like, man, this feel like the old AEW from when they first started. Just
Mm-hmm.
chaos every week, man. So it was nice to see that. And then, of course, this leads right into the Falls Count Anywhere match between Roderick Strong and Lance Archer. Um, so this basically this match wasn't even it wasn't they was outside the ring more often than they were inside the ring because
Mm-hmm.
they just brawling around in the crowd. Brian Cage interferes, and they beat up on Roderick Strong. And then, of course, Roger Strong gets some help from Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, as they're all part of the Undisputed Kingdom. So they help Roger Strong. Eventually, Strong will pin Lance Archer in the crowd to win the match, which was his third straight match, where he had to win 3 straight matches to earn a shot at MGF at Full Gear, I believe, for the American Championship. Is it the American Championship? Is that what it's called?
I can't remember.
Yeah, but yeah, so he officially has a shot at MJF's title at Full Gear. So I'm really excited to see what happens with that. What did you think of this match? Or were you in the shower doing something?
I was showering. So
you were in the shower doing something? Okay. I got you. So next up after that, let me see here. So next up we had another good match. We had Take Sheeta. I'm just say that's his name. Take Sheeta versus Adam Cole. So before the match, Take Sheeta attacks. He attacked Roger Strong before as Adam Cole is even entering coming out to the stage. So him and Cole was basically scrapping before the match, exchanging blows. And it was a weird moment. Adam Cole's music was still playing as they were exchanging blows. And so it was kind of weird. I think the guys in the back kind of messed up on the cues there, and so a little back and forth match. These two guys, it was good chemistry, and so just a lot of holds, reversals, and kicks, usual stuff. With Adam Cole and Take Sheeta, and eventually Take Sheeta, who was paid off by MJF to inflict some damage on Adam Cole, before the match. And so eventually Take Sheeta gets knocked outside the ring, and he gets handed the diamond ring, MJF's diamond ring. I don't know who handed him to him. It just may have been under the ring.
It was under the ring. So,
yeah. And so he puts it on his finger. Adam Cole comes out there to the ropes, punches him, knocks him on out. 1, 2, 3 pin. And then takes the win for that match. Were you back watching by then?
Yes, about the middle of the match.
Okay.
So nice. I thought the match was fantastic from the point I came back into. I liked how they had the ring under the ring under the ring. But yeah, I thought, man, Adam Cole's kind of going through it after taking an L and now losing Britt Baker. So yeah, it just continues the storyline a little bit more. So I'm looking forward to see what happens further along with it.
Yeah, I think within the first hour, these two definitely, this is probably the best match within the first hour. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, these two got great chemistry in the ring. And so I'm excited to see what happens with this big feud with Undisputed Kingdom and Don Callis family. Seems like he keeps adding more people to the family. And so looks like Undisputed Kingdom needs to get all the help they can get from here on out. So next up, we have Britt Baker. Well, actually, no, we have another segment here. We had the Death Riders arrived to the arena to raise some more hell, as they've been doing literally every week. So we got Mox, Yuta, Claudio. Forgot the one chick's name who was with them. One who carries the briefcase. Mm-hmm. And so basically, Yuta and Claudio beat up JD Drake for no reason as they were entering the arena. Mox comes out, gives a promo about power, actually mentioning Orange Cassidy. And Orange Cassidy comes out to respond to what Moxley was saying, hey, I'm going to beat you at Full Gear, take your title. And then Briscoe and Romero comes out to join him because we know what's about to happen. And so Orange Cassidy challenges Yuta to a match for next week's AEW Dynamite, which Mox pretty much agrees on Yuta's behalf. And so as Mox and the crew are getting ready to leave, Darby Allin out of nowhere dives onto Moxley from the crowd And so everybody just brawling. The Death Riders, um, and Orange Cassidy, Romero, Briscoe, they all brawling. And so Death Riders try to escape in the truck. Mox got in there. The chick with the briefcase got into the car. Claudio got into the car. Yuta was the only one that they tried to leave without Yuta. And that man was nowhere to be found. And all of a sudden, Darby just hops into the back of the truck, and they stopped the car, and Claudio opens the door, he gets out, he started jumping on Claudio. Claudio's like, man, little, and he picks him up and like rams him into the nearest garage door. And then as he does that, he automatically grabs his leg to do the little spin, the little spin move he be doing with the legs, and he rams Allen into the damn garage door again. So pretty much just destroyed this man and went right back into the truck. And as they're about to pull off, here come Yuta ass running and jumps right into the goddamn truck and they take off. I'm like, wow, that was some crazy shit, man. What did you think of this segment, man?
I loved it. I mean, chaotic, like you said. You got a crazy spot with Darby jumping on top of the Death Riders from the crowd before they're entering through like the commission commissary ramp or wherever, fans come in and out, which was nuts. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this match with Orange Cassidy and Mox. Mox's new look, it's been a minute since I watched AEW, so this is the first time I've watched it in a hot minute. It's weird, the beard, the earring, just how he's bald. It's just throwing me off a little bit. But I thought, yeah, I'm going to look forward to this match. At some point, I think they're going to pull the trigger, and Orange Cassidy is going to be your AEW champion. It's probably going to be a short run with it, but the way he's doing his character now, I believe he's going to be it soon.
Yeah, I loved every bit of it, man. With Mox, like, I don't know what it is, like with the shirts. It's like this man looked like he just, he about to run to the gas station real quick, go get some gas, or he just left from outside to go take out the trash or whatever. Like this man literally he can wear like just random clothes you would wear around the house with some slippers and like still look like a badass. Like that, Mox is the truth, man. So and his new theme is crazy. I love it. Because whenever it comes on, it's almost like everyone's doomed. Like you just hear oh shit, come Mox, man. It come Mox. It's like I don't know if you've ever seen The Wire, but one of the characters from The Wire, Omar, and so there's always this music that will play, and all the kids be like, oh shit, Omar coming. And so you always see Omar come around with a fucking shotgun. He got a black ass trench coat on, and I feel like that's how it is with Mox. You see Mox ass come out of nowhere, I'm like, oh shit, Mox coming, and then everybody's just like, all right, it's time to get real now. So yeah, man, I love the segment. And so basically after that segment there, we have our next match, which is DMD Britt Baker going against Penelope Ford. So this match wasn't really long. It was basically, started out with a couple with a bit of chain wrestling before DMD unleashed the first, strike with a punch to the face. And so basically it was just Ford was kind of buying some time, to try to draw Baker in for an attack. And so basically they did pick up the pace a little bit. The crowd, they were kind of taking the crowd out of it. So it's a little bit of boring spot there. I guess they need to work on the chemistry a little bit. And we've definitely seen both performances out of both women. I've seen it personally, just between the two of them. But eventually Baker would get the upper hand with a victory. There was a weird reversal she had, where she ended up reversing it into the lockjaw submission, and then that's how she ended up winning. So what did you think of this match, Fritos?
I was kind of just out of it. Not really interested in the match. I'll say it. My piss break. It was my piss break. Just after seeing how it was just slowly building, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm going to take a little quick break from it for a bit.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see here. So after that, we got our next match, Lio Rush versus Swerve. Before I go into this, I will say I will issue an apology to Mr. Lio Rush. Um, I did say you was trash a couple of shows ago, but you held your own against Swerve. I give you credit, man. Y'all had a good back and forth. Um, this match was like high pace from the start, man. It was these dudes got amazing chemistry in the ring. It's like they both know each other. They know know each other's styles in the ring. Um, and so eventually, Swerve would get the upper hand. He countered a poison Rana into the big pressure finisher for the pin. And so after the match, Swerve will call out Bobby Lashley, which brings out Lashley and MVP. So they're going back and forth, of course, and Shelton. There was no Shelton Benjamin that came out with them. So, go figure. And nevertheless, here comes Shelton Benjamin attacking Swerve from behind. And eventually the Hurt Syndicate, they just lay waste to Swerve and Prince Nana. And that pretty much ends that segment. What did you think of that, Fritos?
First, wow. Hearing an apology from you out of all people. I'm shocked. Virgil, I'm introducing right now. Keep note of this. This is a historical moment. Big Daddy C is apologizing for saying someone's trash. But yeah, I wish this match was the main event because it continues the storyline for Swerve and Bobby Lashley. I thought the match itself was fantastic. And coming out, just how they, continue the storyline with the Hurt Syndicate, attacking Swerve and all that. The only thing I would say that was kind of odd was that spot with Prince when Lashley threw him the post. He kind of did it awkwardly, and you kind of just like historically, like comedically, whatever, just was tumbling out of the ring, landing on the apron and all that. It was kind of awkward and weird. But other than that, I love it. I'm looking. To me, this is going to be the match for Full Gear. I honestly think Bobby Lashley is going to take the win. It's going to, boost the Hurt Syndicate. Swerve has nothing really to gain from winning, and and losing doesn't hurt Swerve. You can make this into a trilogy for matches, really, with them. But yeah, I thought great match. Should have been the main event, but yeah.
And so after this match, we had a nice little funny backstage segment, which I really enjoyed because it caught me off guard. We had Harley Cameron and Mina Shirakawa. Now, enter the Shaquille O'Neal meme. Sorry, I was unfamiliar with your game. Harley Cameron and Mina Shirakawa. Like I said, I'm still catching up on some of these superstars. So, but man, when Mina popped on the screen, boy, remember on The Mask when his eyes like popped out like this? When Mina came on the screen, I was like, whoa. I'm like, okay, we making them like that now. Ooh. Yeah, so
I didn't even realize there was a backstage segment, to be honest with you. I was too focused on the screen.
Man, and then Harley Cameron, she enters, and then they going back and forth. They, jabbing at each other, and then she challenges her to a match at Collision on Saturday, and then all of a sudden she talking about boobs and all this stuff, and they do the little boob shake, and I'm like, oh, that's what we doing on AEW now. I'm like, I need to watch Collision, bro. I need to watch Collision. Oh man, so yeah. So that was a funny backstage segment, man. What'd you think of that?
I enjoyed it. Like I said, I didn't realize there was a backstage segment. I was just glued to the screen. There was no sound.
Man, so yeah, right after that, here we go with the main event, which is what I was excited for. Because I got caught up with I watched a little bit of the highlights from Collision last Saturday, so I was already aware of the FTR match, FTR versus House of Black, and so basically, um, Malachi Black and
Brody King.
Brody King, yes. So they're the ones that stepped up to the challenge to face them. So this match, man, was a straight classic. Like everything that you would have hoped for in a match between these two tag teams, two of the best tag teams in AEW right now. Definitely, two of the best in the business. So these two back and forth. So essentially, back a little bit background in this match. It was one of the qualifying matches for the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship match at Full Gear. So Private Party was watching from the stage. I believe the first team to qualify. Let's see here. Forgot what the other team was, but there is one more team to qualify on a Collision. I believe the Acclaimed is going against one of the other teams. But yeah, in regards to this match, so yeah, it's pretty much like a Black and Wheeler. They had a energetic sequence starting off the match. Both teams got in some good offense, but FTR had the upper hand for pretty much first half of the match. Malachi Black was in the ring for most of the match, I would say. He eventually got a hot tag, brings in King, and King started cleaning house as he normally does. Both teams came close to winning a few times, but the match finally came to an end when King put Hardwood to sleep. And this is even after taking the Shadow Machine from FTR. That didn't do anything. And so House of Black defeated FTR in a classic. Let's see here. Bleacher Report gave it a B plus, but for me, I gave it an A. Like, I gave it an A. Like it was a style match for me. What did you think of Fritos?
I give it an A, but not main event. But it was for me. It was more interesting part was to keep an eye on Malachi Black, just because of that whole Adam Cole match, and because they mentioned it too. Commentary did about how he basically gave in and all that. So for me, I was just trying to see what the story was going to happen. Are they going to lose and Black's gone from AEW?
Oh yeah.
But you never know with wrestlers when they do all that stuff. So I think it was just Tony's way of trying to get more eyes back on the tag team product potentially. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this the future with the tag team division with AEW. But I thought the match was fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was shocked to see Buddy Matthews wasn't out there for them. Wasn't out there during his match. Not that he needed to, because I believe both teams are face, so it's not like they needed help or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And so, but I thought it was interesting that Buddy wasn't out there. So yeah, that was the main event to the show. So now I believe it will be House of Black, Private Party. Let's see here.
As he's typing away at his computer. Oh, you also missed it. Virgil made a little breaking news saying that you apologize, and it's about time. He is looking intensely at his screen, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, all right. So we had, believe let's see here. So the first match was on Collision this past Saturday. I believe it was the Outrunners versus Top Flight. I believe I want to say the Outrunners won that match.
Yep, I saw it there.
Yeah,
graphic. Yep.
And then FTR. House of Black just won tonight. So the next match will be LA Facion versus the Acclaimed. That will be on Collision this Saturday. So they would be vying for that last spot. And then once that happens, then all four teams will be facing each other in a fatal four-way match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship at Full Gear. So, and that is at the Prudential Center in Chicago. Wait, is it Chicago? No, not Chicago. Where are they at?
Full Gear?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Chicago.
It's in Chicago. Oh yeah, because they got the Thanksgiving Eve thing too. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So that was the AEW Dynamite show. The results and the segments for tonight's episode. I'm glad we could finally bring this AEW recap thing into fruition. I feel like it was something that we needed to do, at least for the AEW fans. We talk more about WWE than we do AEW and TNA, so I figured, at least have a show dedicated to talking about AEW. We'll be primarily discussing the results from Dynamite, but also tying in some of the fallout from Collision and even Rampage to an extent. I think at this point they feel like they more of the storylines really go through Collision and Dynamite at this point, more so than Rampage. But we'll just try to fit everything in that we can from all three shows. But mostly it'll be about the results from Dynamite each week. So thanks for all tuned in. This is Big Daddy C and Fritos. We are signing out. Catch y'all on Friday are we doing this? Are we doing a show Friday for SmackDown?
Maybe. Don't know yet. I know next Friday. I'm apologizing, fans. No show next Friday for SmackDown. I've got some friends coming in town, and I haven't seen them for a while, so I got to get a nice meal in my tummy. Drink some delicious cocktails. And maybe cause some ruckus. Who knows? I might be in the drunk tank by then the night, but
it's all good, man. Have yourself some fun, Fritos. We all need some fun every now and then. But yeah, thanks for all tuned in. We'll catch y'all another time. Peace.